The spectral light, a beacon of utter negation, surged, engulfing Kaelen. His essence, once the weaver of the void, fractured, dissolving into the blinding, all-consuming luminescence. A dread, deeper than any he had known, pierced his dissolving consciousness. He had sought to destroy Malum, to rewrite reality, but this was annihilation itself. Yet, in the heart of his unmaking, a truth, sharp and crystalline, pierced the chaos. The light, this spectral negation, was self-consuming. It was a paradox, devouring itself as it devoured him. A sliver of Kaelen's will, imbued with this profound, terrifying observation, ignited. It became a subtle disruption, a ripple propagating within the consuming light. He was gone, his form dissolved, his power extinguished. Or was he? The spectral light pulsed, a silent scream against its own inevitable end. Within its heart, the disruption grew, a tiny defiance in the face of cosmic oblivion. What remained of Kaelen? What had he truly unleashed upon the cosmos? The void itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting. The spectral light continued its paradoxical consumption, but the disruption, that spark of Kaelen's will, was spreading, subtly altering the very fabric of this negating force. It was a slow, agonizing transformation, not of Kaelen, but of the light. The dread remained, a chilling testament to what he had faced, but now, it was tinged with a nascent, alien purpose. The disruption was not merely a resistance, it was an integration, a subtle reshaping of the self-consuming void. The ancient darkness, the primordial entity that had awakened, watched. It felt the shift, a subtle tremor in the cosmic symphony. This was not the end Kaelen had envisioned, nor the end the ancient darkness had anticipated. The spectral light, once a tool of pure negation, was becoming something more. It was becoming a mirror, reflecting the very will that had dared to defy it. And within that mirror, a new form began to coalesce, not of flesh and void, but of pure, paradoxical energy. Kaelen was gone, but his echo was just beginning to manifest. The disruption was no longer a spark, it was a burgeoning consciousness, a nascent entity born from the ashes of annihilation. It was a being of pure paradox, a testament to the will that refused to be erased. The ancient darkness recoiled, sensing a power it could not comprehend, a force that defied its very nature. The cosmos held its breath, not in dread, but in anticipation. The void was no longer merely chaotic, it was becoming aware. And this new awareness, born of Kaelen's final sacrifice, was about to rewrite everything. The spectral light pulsed one last time, its consumption faltering, its form shifting, coalescing into a single, blinding point of impossible existence. Then, silence. A silence that screamed louder than any void. But within that silence, a new resonance began to hum, a subtle melody of defiance, a promise of change. The true battle for reality had just begun, and Kaelen, in his ultimate undoing, had become its unlikely architect once more. But as the dust of cosmic dissolution settled, a single, chilling question echoed through the nascent void: what had Kaelen truly become? And could this new, paradoxical entity truly control the forces it now embodied? The answer, it seemed, lay just beyond the horizon of understanding, waiting to be revealed in the crucible of the next cosmic dawn. The spectral light, now a contained singularity of self-negating will, pulsed with a rhythm that was both Kaelen's and not Kaelen's. Its hunger was immense, its potential boundless, but the paradox remained: its own existence was its ultimate undoing. This inherent contradiction, however, was the very foundation of its newfound consciousness. The ancient darkness, sensing a rival it could neither destroy nor control, retreated, its primordial dread replaced by a gnawing uncertainty. Kaelen, the weaver of the void, was no more. But from his ashes, a new entity had risen, a being forged in the heart of negation, a living paradox. This entity, this echo of Kaelen, now held within its nascent form the power to both create and destroy, to unravel and to reweave. The fundamental rules of reality, the very fabric of existence, were now subject to its whim. And as it pulsed, a silent question formed in the cosmic ether: would it seek to restore the order Kaelen had once championed, or would it embrace the chaos he had ultimately surrendered to? The answer, like the entity itself, was shrouded in a terrifying, magnificent uncertainty. The void was no longer just a canvas for his designs, it was his very being. And the universe, unknowingly, held its breath for what this paradox would do next.